Hi there and welcome to my YouTube channel, Bienvenue chez Dakes. If this is your first time here, you're definitely welcome. I think you just struck gold. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for sticking with me. I appreciate you coming back week after week after week and just watching my content. Please subscribe if you haven't, spread the word, and let's get the movement going. Today, we're talking about the culture shocks that I've experienced since I moved to France earlier this year. So I was having a conversation with my friend last week, and we were talking about culture shocks, and he was like, oh, you should definitely do a video about it. And I was just like, I don't even know if I've had enough to make a video out of, and I decided to make a list. Guys, I had too much that I had to cut some off and just decided to stick with like the top 10 for this video. So maybe subsequently I could do another video on culture shocks, but today we're going to be talking about my 10 culture shocks in no particular order. So on y va, let's get started. Number one, and the most shocking of all, smoking. Guys, okay, so I'm from Nigeria. People smoke here and there, but it's nothing. Okay, in France, however, 99.9999999% of people smoke. Okay, fine, I'm exaggerating, but that just gives you an idea. Like, a lot of people smoke here. And if you can't deal with smoking, you don't want to talk to smokers, blah, 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 maybe France is not for you, because I don't even think you can make friends with anybody if they're not smokers, because like almost everybody smokes. There are people that don't smoke, but like the smokers far outweigh people that do not smoke. I'm not even joking. Everywhere you go, people are smoking. And the interesting thing is that you're not allowed to smoke on the trains, you're not allowed to smoke in cafes and restaurants. So you literally see people like step out while they're eating, step out of a meal to take a smoke break, and then go back to continue eating. And I'm just like, are you trying to say that you cannot finish a plate of food without taking a cigarette? Like, because that's bad. Like, that is like addiction standard. But I see that a lot here, and I just find it really surprising that a lot of people smoke and smoke so much in the course of one day. But maybe that's just me. Not sure where you're from, but if people smoke a lot or as much where you're from, let us know in the comment below. Secondly, I like this one. It's public display of affection. So I like to believe that I'm a romantic at heart, right? Like, hard girl, but romantic at heart. People display a lot of affection here, at least in Paris, and I really like it. Like, I'm always swooning when I see people. So like in the randomest moments, a couple meeting on the street, the kiss, and it's not like some random peck that is half-hearted. Like the kiss, well, not French kiss, but the kiss like on the lips. After a meal in a restaurant, the kiss before they go. What else have I seen? A lot of hand holding, which is like really cute, my standard. Just stuff, right? There's a lot of public display of affection, and I find it like a distance from what I'm used to, but I actually like this one. Eating. So in Paris, right, under almost every building, there are shops, which are mostly restaurants, cafes, pizza shops, fast foods, restaurants, boulangeries, like places that you can find somewhere to eat. Lots of bread, lots of like croissant, lots of donuts that are glazed with like all sorts of things, chocolate, coconut shavings, like all sorts of, I was going to say ejekuje, but like you might not understand that. All sorts of like just junk sweet things. And I am a sweet tooth. I used to consider myself an unrepentant sweet tooth. And then I moved to Paris and I'm like, even I wouldn't either. Like, that's too much. And if I'm saying it's too much, it's probably too much. Like, there's a lot everywhere. There's a lot going on. I know that people say that I've heard people eat their lunch between 12 and 2 and then their dinner at 7 p.m. But guys, at almost every time of day, people are sitting in cafes, people are in restaurants. I'm not sure whether they're only drinking or eating. The boulangeries are full with lines sometimes, restaurants are full with lines sometimes. And I'm just like, it's so weird that with this amount of food everywhere, people are actually expected to stay slim and skinny. I'm not understanding it, but yeah. Number 4, banking. This one personally pains me. Banking is so slow. Oh my God. On some days, I'm just like, I miss Nigeria so much. I miss GTB so much. Like, just initiating a transfer and then in seconds, the person has actually gotten it. And when they have not gotten it in Nigeria, you're like, oh, is it network issues? Oh, what's the problem? Oh, what's going on? Around here, like, that's standard practice. Like, it takes time, sometimes 24 hours, sometimes more. If it's over the weekend, nobody's going to treat it until the next working day. God help you if there's a public holiday over that weekend. So yeah, that's just, I'm just not used to it. I'm simply not used to it. And I cannot understand it. Like, you guys are supposed to be advanced. How is it taking you days to do one transfer? So I want to send 20 euros to somebody and I have to wait 24 hours. It does not make any sense. What are we talking about here? Some banks actually offer instant transfers at a fee, €1. And when you convert that to Naira, that's a lot of money, okay? That's like 635 Naira. I know people say, oh, those don't convert to Naira. I convert to Naira. Like in my head, sometimes when I hear 50 cents or I hear €1, €2, it's like, oh, little money. And I used to make that mistake a lot when I first came. Like, I would want to order something and I would see like 50. And I'm like, oh, 50. So I'm not thinking about the currency and the conversion. I'm thinking about the figure. So I'm like, oh, 50. It's like, oh, that's not a lot, Pama, right? And then I order the thing. And then maybe I'm telling my friend. And my friend is like, oh my God, 50. Oh my God, that's a lot. And I'm like, it's just 50. But now that I think about it, when you do times 635, it's a lot, okay? So yeah, banks, like I was saying, some banks offer instant transfers at the rate of €1 per transfer. Not every bank offers that. My bank does not, unfortunately. So like, if I ever have to send you money in euro, please, dear, be patient because it will take us periods of time. Number 5, internet. Again, the ease of doing things in Lagos or in Nigeria as a whole just makes me struggle with some things here. So this internet matter, I'm sure you know what MiFis are. So the little devices, the little internet devices that you can carry along with you everywhere that you go. When I was in Nigeria, that was what I used because it was just convenient, right? And here, there are technically no MiFis. I think I found only one so far, and it did not make any sense because it was so expensive. It was like, I don't know, 80 or 90 euros per month or something really ridiculous. At least it looked like a MiFi, except if I was looking at something else. But I'm like, why would I do that when fiber is like 19.99 a month? What are you people talking about? But the catch is that if you do the fiber in your home, of course it's fiber, it's like for that location, you can't carry it around. So when you have to go out, you still need a mobile plan for your waka about. And it's just really somehow because you're paying 19.99 at home. The mobile plans are actually quite expensive as far as I'm concerned because, so for instance, there's one that I saw that the plan was, I think, 80 gig per month and it was for 15 euros, right? Not bad. And then the next one to it, so if you're like, oh, 80 is too much, blah, 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 can I get something lower? The very next one to it was like maybe 25 or 20. Like it was, the gap was ridiculous. And the price did not make sense because that was like 10 euros. So I'm like, why would you sell 25 for 10 euros and then sell 80 for 20 euros? It makes no sense. But I guess maybe they're trying to force everybody to buy the other one, but like not everybody needs that much, and it's just really somehow. The second thing is for the, so by the way, I ported my line because my first network provider wanted to kill me, and I was like, I did not come to this country to come and die. I will go. I will go elsewhere. So I ported. So on that other one, and I'm sure maybe most of them are like that, you actually cannot buy your monthly plan more than once in the space of 30 days. So for instance, if I buy my 80 gig today, being let's say first of the month, um, if I run out before 30 days, I cannot buy the same plan. Okay, I can't be like, oh, my data finished, I'm just going to buy another one. Nope, it will automatically renew itself at the end of 30 days. So maybe you might be able to change plans, which makes no sense, because what if I don't want to change plans? I just want to top up, I just want to buy another 80 gig. Why can't you just like start counting my 30 days from now? Why does everything have to be so difficult? I don't know. But yeah, that happened, and I'm just like, what is going on in Number 6, men and dating. I know that if you do not live under a rock, you probably have heard a thing or two about Frenchmen. Frenchmen move really fast. You know how maybe you meet a guy in Nigeria, and you guys are in talking stages, you guys are trying to, test each other out to see whether you vibe on different levels, and then the person will now come and tell you that, oh, he likes you, do you guys want to date, blah, blah, blah. I don't know about all Frenchmen, obviously, but the few I've met, they really move fast. I'll give you an example. I met someone one day, maybe like midday, and it was being really nice. At first, I thought, oh, because I'm new, it's just been helpful and all of that. And I got to the point, I'm like, what's going on? Because like within 3 or 4 hours, he had bought me lunch, he had bought me flowers, he had bought me a winter coat, like, and I'm like, why are you spending so much money? If I say, oh, I want to take a walk to that place just to, know my environment, he was like, oh, I'll walk with you, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, I should have seen it coming. At the end of the evening, he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I'm like, whoa, slow down. No. Like, I'm not interested. And this person had the nerve to ask me if somebody hurt me in the past. I'm like, wait, what? So you're saying that for me not to want to date you the day that I met you, somebody somewhere must have done something to me in the past. Like, what is the rationale? Like, I do not understand this. But anyway, nobody hurt me. I'm very okay. I'm just not interested in dating you. Okay? Are we okay? Is that fine? Okay. So that happened. And then another time, I went to drinks with another guy. And then that's the first time we were meeting in person. We had chatted on the phone for a couple of days. Nothing serious. Just, are you available? Oh, I'm not available. Oh, I'm available that time. Like nothing serious. So I actually thought that meeting or that chat, that coffee was supposed to be like, oh, let's get to know ourselves. I mean, we didn't even meet in anything that would suggest like romantic, whatever, but at least let's even see if we can be friends, if anything comes of this. And at the end of a 30-minute coffee hangout, this person asked if he could kiss me. And I'm like, bro, it's not for the masses. What are you talking about? Like, I was so put off by it. I was just like, what's wrong with people in Paris? Like, what is going on? But that happened, and I was just like, do you know what? Everybody should just stay in their lanes for now. Like, okay, we'll meet, we'll be friends, and that's it. Like, I'm not even, let's not do that. But I've met a lot of amazing people and a lot of amazing Frenchmen, not for anything romantic, but like people are just nice, people are helpful most times. The other day, and the thing about like, if you want to learn the language, have a French boyfriend, I don't know how people believe that, but it's actually a thing, because as recently as yesterday, a French guy told me to date a French man or a local, and he said copain, which is like boyfriend. And I was like, huh? So I guess he thought maybe my home was not shocked. Maybe he thought like I was not interested in men or whatever. And then he was like, oh, okay, copy. I'm like, huh? Even worse because now he's saying girlfriend. I'm like, I don't swing that way. It's okay. Like, that's, no, I'm just not interested in boyfriend for the sake of language learning. Okay, it's not that deep yet, and all that. So yeah, that's the thing. So if you're coming to France and you're interested in dating Frenchmen, trust me, you will have enough options. Whether or not they're the kind of people that you're looking for is now like another conversation entirely. But yeah, you will have. Culture shock number 7: homeless people in Paris. There are lots and lots of homeless people and addicts in Paris. I don't even know how, but there are lots of homeless people and drug addicts in Paris. It's crazy, especially around metro stations, especially around supermarkets. There's just a lot. Like the very first day I came, I was working with my friend. We were trying to get food or something, and we walked past like under a bridge, and there was literally like people sleeping under the bridge. I'm like, where am I? Am I back in Lagos or what? Is this Ojuelegba or what? But yeah, there are lots of homeless people in Paris. It's crazy the number. And some of them, there's no what's it called now? There's no disability, there's nothing wrong, like able-bodied young men. Some are not addicted. I would even understand the addicts to say, oh, maybe they can't function if they're not high or whatever, whatever. But there are some that are not addicts. There's a particular one near my house that I see is not an addict. There's nothing wrong with him. Is able-bodied, is fine. Okay, like we say hi to each other. And this guy literally resumes every evening. He just come and sit in front of the supermarket and sit there till like maybe 10 or 10:30 p.m. Probably go home. So one day, I was passing by and I saw that he had like a pack of beer behind and a pack of water. So I thought that, oh, maybe somebody that went to the supermarket gave him these things. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. And I remember that, oh, I bought a pack of milk from the supermarket. By the way, you literally cannot find powdered milk in Paris. Let me not say France, except to go to an African store. So, like, if you're a pig milk person or powdered milk person, guy, you will go to the African store every time you need to buy. So, anyway, so I bought this liquid milk that did not have any soul, like had no, I could not use it for cereal, I could not use it for tea, I could not use it for anything. I was just like, what on earth is this? And then the day I tried to boil that, oh, at least I will be drinking it as warm milk, it bubbled and was just like egg white. It was so disgusting. So I was like, ah, ew, okay. And I think I bought a pack of 6. I'd only opened one. So I was like, oh, I have this pack of 5. I'm just going to give it to this homeless guy. At least he would appreciate it. It's milk, and I'm sure this is what he's used to, as per it's liquid milk that French people drink and all of that. That's how nice me. The next time I was passing by there, I saw him and I was like, oh, hi. So I was asking him in French, I mean my little French, if he wanted milk, that I had some milk that I wanted to bring for him. And this guy, I don't blame him. I blame me. Shebi, he was on his own. I went to ask him questions. He was like, oh no, he doesn't want milk. He wants kebab. And he literally pointed to a kebab shop and was telling me he wanted kebab. Guys, do you know how much kebab is in this place? I was just like, even me that I'm asking you, I've not bought kebab for myself from this place. So I should go to the store, queue up, buy kebab, and bring it back for you. Wow, like who says beggars don't have a choice in this life? Because I was just like, oh, nah, never mind. And I was like, okay, so that's that about the milk. So yeah, lots of homeless people that can sometimes be enticed. The 8th thing, hair is so expensive. I cannot scream it enough. Like I wish I could like scream about how much expensive hair is in this place. It is crazy. So I came from Lagos with braids and I was just feeling cool with myself. And I was like, oh, so when I loosen it, I would leave my hair for like a week or two and then I would braid my hair again because I'm not really a weak person. Like I wear it if I have to, but otherwise I prefer to just braid my hair. Like it's easier to pack. You can form like different styles with it, blah, 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 blah. So that. And then when I was ready, I started asking. Before then, every time on the train, like I'll just be like, why is everybody's hair so bad? Like, why is everybody's braids so bad and so badly made? Like it was bad. Like they couldn't pick like the attachment, so like the end would just be really somehow and all. So I was making inquiries. Oh, I want to braid my hair. How much? How much? How much? And everything I heard was between like 70 to 100 euros. And I'm like, say what? I should use 60,000 naira to braid my hair one time that I'll carry for 4 weeks. No, not on my student budget. I cannot do that. So I started thinking about it. My friend offered to do it for me for I think 50. And I was just thinking that I'm still going to end up paying like the salon price because 50 does not include the weave. I still have to buy the extension. Like, this thing is expensive. So I was like, do you know what? I've heard that people do a lot of DIY. I chatted with one of my friends in Canada. Shout out to you, Buki. And she was like, oh, she makes her own hair by herself because it's also expensive. And even the times that she wants to do it, the people in our city that make hair are like constantly overbooked and all of that. So I'm like, okay. So I went to YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. And just watched like 2 videos, one about how to pick the hair and the second about how to braid your hair. I downloaded like 2, but I ended up watching only one. And then I googled where to buy expression in Paris, and I found some options. There was one that wasn't so far from me, so I was like, oh, the next time I go to this place I'm going to stop by and I'll buy that. I was even thinking it was going to be expensive because I was seeing like some crazy prices. So I got there and one was like 280, something like that, which is like maybe 1,008 or less in naira. I'm like, not bad because even in Lagos it's over 1,000 naira, so it's not bad. So I bought 2 and then I went back home, sat down with it, tried to remove it. The first time, epic failure. Like, so I cut it the wrong way. I cut it into 4 instead of cutting into 3. So it ended up too short and everything. So anyway, I redid it and cut it into 3. So essentially, this hair on my head was made by moi, Pama, right? And it's already like a week old. So yeah, not bad. It's not perfect by any means, but I'm like, even me, I'm trying. So my beauty salon is now open. Send in your bookings and consultation. 100 euros, dears, because I'm now a beauty salon. But yeah, hair is really expensive. So I mean, like the person that braids for me in Lagos charges me between 8 and 10K, depending on the length. Like the highest I've ever paid her for braiding my hair, and she's good, is 10,000 naira, and that includes weaves. I never buy my own attachment. I just tell her the color that I want, and before I get there, she has picked it. She makes my hair. It's perfect, everything. And 10,000 naira, by the way, is less than 20 euros. As in the when imagine my shock when somebody said bring 100 euros. I was like, I miss Auntie Ajara. Like, can I just go back to Lagos, braid my hair, and come back? Because what is this? So until I go to Lagos or go somewhere where they can actually braid for me properly at an affordable price, we're stuck with my DIY braids. Okay. Number 9, customer service is non-existent. Guys, it is terrible. Everybody complains. My professors complain. My course mates complain. My friends everybody complains about customer service in France. It is awful. So you have an issue, you send an email, nobody replies you for weeks. You make a phone call, Nobody calls back. Even when they say, we will call you back, nobody calls back. And then they keep sending you this irritating auto emails on the same matter. I'm like, you were supposed to call me back. What happened to that? So that happens a lot. And then sometimes, even though the company promises you support in English because of international students and all of that, they do not. Some person calls you and just goes on and on in French, and you're like, je parle français un peu. Do you speak English? Because my vocabulary is limited. They'll be like, oh no, I'm gonna get my colleague that speaks English to call you back, and then they will not call you back. Like, it's crazy. Or you want to sign a contract, they know, because they're like, oh, we have this service for international students, and then you want to sign a contract, and then they send you a 92-page document in French. And I'm like, what happened to supporting international students? What happened? Like, even if it's with Google Translate, where I see grammatical errors and I know that at least we made an effort to support me, nothing. So I was complaining to someone that works in one of those companies the other day to say, it doesn't make sense. Why would you send me a 92-page document in French when you are giving me support in English? How am I supposed to read that? And then she was like, oh yeah, even though they blah, 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 legally, they cannot have contracts in other languages but French in France. And I'm like, wow, good to know. But yeah, so get ready for that, and get ready with your Google Lens to translate if your French is not great, because that will happen to you. Number 10, the use of cash. Honestly, right, I think that when they said cash is king, they were actually thinking about France. Everybody, okay, no, not everybody, let me rephrase that. There is a lot of cash in use in this place that it absolutely makes no sense. There's some things that you want to do that you cannot pay with your card, you cannot pay with notes, you have to pay with coins. For instance, the washing machine or the laundry system in my apartment, you literally have to pay with coins, and it doesn't even take all the coins. It only takes, I think, 2, 1, and 50. So, and then like you buy something and people pack you like ones, tens, fives, twos. Where am I supposed to spend these coins? I hate coins. But yeah, that happens. And unfortunately, the ATMs do not give coins. So if you have some notes and you have to make payment for something that requires coins, you literally have to make like unnecessary expenses. You have to go and buy something so you can break that, and then probably ask them if they can give you some coins in the process. It's just stressful. Secondly, many businesses don't let you pay with your card except you're spending a certain amount. So in some places, it's €5 and above for the use of card. In some places, it's 10 and above. In some places, it's 15 and above. So like you can literally go somewhere, want to buy something that's €2, and if you do not have cash, you don't have coins, you literally have to go and use the ATM. By the way, if you want to use the ATM, that's another story, because I think if it's your bank, the least you can withdraw is maybe €10, €10, at least for my bank. And then if I'm using another bank card on that ATM, the least I can withdraw is €20. So imagine if I don't have cash, or if I don't have money in that bank account and I have money elsewhere and I want to withdraw, I'm going to literally withdraw €20 because maybe I want to spend €2 because somebody somewhere will not let me pay with my card. It drives me crazy, as I'm just like, I'm the one that's supposed to be from a developing country. You guys are supposed to be advanced. What is going on? But yeah, that's another thing that shocks me every single time. And I have a bonus tip for you because I'm nice like that. The bonus tip is actually the fact that if you go shopping, you better go with your own carrier bag or your own trolley. Stores here, shops here do not give you bags for free. If you want their bag, you, my friend, will pay for it. From grocery stores to like clothing stores, anywhere you go, very, very few people, maybe butcheries where they sell meat, would give you like carrier nylon bags for nothing. But every other place, you will pay for it or you come with your own. I don't know if it's for to encourage reuse or it's for waste management. I'm not really sure, but like sometimes it's stressful because you can be coming from work or from school and then you just want to stop somewhere and quickly buy something. Be ready to spend 25 or 50 cents buying a bag that you probably have three at home, or you go home first and then come back. So it's a question of what's more important, like how much time would it take you, blah blah blah. But yeah, like I found that shocking. The first time I was like, I'll pay for it. What do you mean I'll pay for it? I bought something from you. I'm your customer. You cannot give me a carrier bag. But then, like, it's standard practice. Everybody does that. So now I have like a stack of, you know, that thing that Nigerians do where they have like a bag where they keep other bags. I thought I left that life in Lagos, but apparently it has followed me here because I definitely have a bag that has other bags. And then, depending on what I'm going to buy or whatnot, I'm like, oh, should I take this one? Should I take that one? And all that. So, yeah. These are some of the culture shocks. Like I said earlier, this is not even all. Like there is a whole lot of things that just surprise me every other day. I'm like, this fancy game, what's going on? But yeah, this video has been so long. So I'll see if I'm going to post it like this or if I'm going to break it into, but maybe I'll just post it and get it over with. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Please share with your friends that are planning to come to France or not. And anywhere you are, wherever you've been, if you've experienced culture shocks on other levels or similar to this, also comment and let me know below. And I will see you in my next video. A bientôt.